people have been speculating, is Brittney Griner actually a female or a male? Now, Brittney Griner actually does play in the WNBA, which is a women's basketball association.
Not everybody has that smooth coming out, but you know, once you do it, it's like a light came on me, on the inside, around me, everything. I felt like I was Brittney.
It's that 90% of Americans, and I would imagine 99% of elite level athletes have, that men should not be in women's sports. It's harmful to women to allow such.
Riley Gaines is back in the headlines, and this time she's firing shots straight at the WNBA with some explosive claims. She's not just bringing up trans athletes in sports anymore. Now she's saying the league is actually forcing players to keep quiet about Brittney Griner's gender. At least that's what Riley swears is happening. She claims officials told athletes directly, "Don't talk about Brittney, don't ask questions, keep it quiet." And after Riley put that out in public, she says the WNBA treated her like an enemy of the state, blacklisted and iced out like she dropped state secrets. Riley's painting herself as the one who cracked open a vault that no one was supposed to touch. The silence around Brittney is starting to feel creepy to some people. Like, what exactly is being hidden here? And remember, Riley's been on this road for a while. Ever since her fiery clash with Leah Thomas at the NCAA swim finals, she's been charging forward as if she's on a personal mission. That race didn't just spark headlines, it lit a fire under her. Overnight, she turned into a full-blown activist, calling out what she sees as straight-up trickery in women's sports, and she hasn't slowed down since. But this WNBA situation, it's hitting different. Riley isn't just talking about rules or fairness anymore. She's making it sound like there's real danger in the mix. The way she's spinning it, the truth is so explosive that players are scared to even whisper about it. Riley's swinging hard, like the whole system betrayed her personally. The way she's going off, it feels like she's got unfinished business with the entire WNBA. And if even a piece of what she's dropping is true, the league could be standing on the edge of total collapse. There's a clip of Riley breaking it all down, and even though it's short, her voice is burning with intensity. She's not just debating times on a scoreboard or who's dunking higher. She's flat out saying real women are getting hurt out there. Whether you back her up or think she's way out of line, that's a monster of an accusation to throw into the spotlight. And now Riley's dragging Brittney Griner straight into the fire. She's claiming the WNBA is pulling off some hush-hush mission to keep Brittney's real gender under wraps. According to her, players were pushed to stay silent, like spilling the truth would be too explosive for the world to handle. The question that's echoing now is unavoidable. Why would the WNBA go to such extremes to shield Brittney Griner? Because here's the thing, if Riley's not just stirring noise, and even a shred of what she's saying sticks, we're talking about a potential cover-up that could hit way beyond basketball. The fallout would be massive and messy. Imagine if proof ever dropped that Brittney wasn't biologically female and the WNBA already knew. The league would be obliterated. Fans would absolutely flip. Trust would vanish in an instant. Lawsuits would rain down from every direction, and players would be demanding answers live on camera. Politicians would be sniffing around too. This wouldn't just be drama, it could torch the league's whole reputation in one blow. And that's barely scratching the surface. Brittney isn't some role player riding the bench. She's the face of the WNBA championship stacked up, Olympic gold medals shining, all-star honors flooding in. She's carved out a legacy that defines an entire generation of women's basketball. But if her gender ever got publicly questioned and officially confirmed, every win, every stat, every milestone she's earned could suddenly be under attack. People would be demanding investigations, screaming for titles to be stripped, stats erased, trophies returned. It'd be absolute chaos. This wouldn't just be a scandal. It'd be a legacy wipeout on the grandest stage. Picture Brittney after that first big championship. Tears running, heart bursting with pride. The league holding her up as their banner star. Now picture the WNBA scrambling to erase it all, like it never even happened. Like her entire rise was built on something they couldn't let stand. That level of erasure, no chance the league would ever risk it. And here's where it flips. The third reason that blows this whole story wide open, Brittney Griner isn't just a star player, she's the player. The one who got locked up in Russia, trapped in a prison cell overseas, and then swapped for an arms dealer in a move that made global headlines. That wasn't just sports news, that was international drama, breaking news in every country. Crowds worldwide were chanting "Free BG" like it was a protest anthem. And when she finally landed back on US soil, the WNBA rolled out the red carpet like she was royalty. Cameras everywhere, tributes pouring in, teammates crying, fans screaming. It was a homecoming fit for a queen. And when Brittney stepped back onto the court, she didn't just play, she owned it. Power in every step, confidence in every word, with the whole world watching her like she was untouchable. That's when it became crystal clear. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. Brittney Griner had transformed into a global icon, a living storyline, and the WNBA's crown jewel. So when Riley Gaines steps up throwing punches, she's not swinging at just anybody, she's gunning for the crown itself. Brittney isn't just another player, she's the centerpiece, the one the league has stacked its entire empire around. And that's what makes Riley's latest claims feel like dynamite ready to blow. Here's the crazy part. If even a fraction of what Riley's saying holds weight, she may have just flipped the entire fairness in women's sports debate upside down with one move. Riley's been fighting this fight for years, saying trans women don't belong in women's competitions. But if Brittney really ends up being the proof she's been hunting for, that's her mic drop moment, that's the golden ticket her whole movement has been chasing since day one. And maybe that's exactly why the WNBA is moving like it's in panic mode. Because if Riley's story gains traction, this isn't just another headline. It could rip the foundation right out from under the league. Reputation shredded, records challenged, the brand's image torched overnight, it'd all be hanging by a thread. The second Riley aimed her spotlight at Brittney Griner, the league didn't clap back. They iced her out completely. Dead silence. No press releases, no denials, no half-hearted statements, nothing but a wall of quiet. And let's be real, if Riley's just spinning fairy tales, why lock her out like that? Why go full blackout unless something she said cut a little too close to home? And here's where the mess gets even stickier. Fifth, this part can't be ignored. This isn't just a WNBA situation anymore. Their big brother, the NBA, is tied in tight with them. Money, branding, and backing on nearly every move the women's league makes. But with all this noise exploding online, the NBA hasn't dropped a single word, not even a safe "We stand with women's sports" tweet. Now the whispers are getting louder. Are they just keeping their distance, or are they helping keep the lid on this? Because if the WNBA is hiding something this massive, there's no chance the NBA escapes clean. They'd be tangled in the web too, no way around it. Sixth, and this cut runs deeper than all the rest, it's about the brand. The WNBA hasn't just sold basketball, they've sold values. Their whole identity is built on inclusivity, progressiveness, and being first in line for every social movement. LGBTQ plus rights, trans rights, racial justice, you name it. The WNBA has stood at the front waving the banner with pride. But if word ever slipped out that they were secretly covering up Brittney's real gender, that wouldn't just be a scandal. It'd nuke their entire image overnight. The empowering, inclusive league they've bragged about being for decades? People would flip it around instantly, seeing them as liars who chose branding over honesty. That's not just bad press. That's a full-on betrayal of the mission they claim to live by. There's even this old clip of former WNBA president Laurel Richie hyping up how inclusive the league was, smiling, bragging, glowing with pride. But if Riley's claims end up even half true, that clip will age worse than spoiled milk left in the sun. Fans would look back at it and see nothing but empty words and fake promises. Seventh, and this one could light the whole house on fire, if Brittney's gender was ever misrepresented on anything official, think about it. Team rosters, medical files, international travel papers. That's no minor mistake. That's legal dynamite waiting to explode. We'd be talking lawsuits flying in from every angle like a tidal wave crashing down. And let's be clear, this wouldn't be some harmless slip-up. That type of move screams fraud, breach of contract, and maybe even federal-level violations. It could spark investigations, contracts torn to shreds, sponsors cutting ties overnight, and a non-stop media frenzy that steamrolls the league into the dirt. If even a slice of Riley's claims turn out real, we're not just looking at sports drama. We're looking at history being flipped inside out right in front of our eyes. But how did this entire storm get rolling in the first place? Believe it or not, it sparked during what should have been just another WNBA showdown. Phoenix Mercury versus Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark took a tough foul. Normal court energy, nothing wild. But Brittney, she lost it. Stormed off with fury, attitude all over her face, and that's when the real twist dropped. A hot mic on the sideline accidentally picked up what sounded like Brittney shouting something out of pocket. The audio wasn't crystal clear, but Riley Gaines, she pounced on it instantly, like she'd been sitting in the shadows waiting for this exact moment. She plastered that clip across social media in all caps, rage on full display. The post blew up fast, but Riley didn't stop there. She twisted the knife. Her caption screamed, "Just a reminder, this is who we traded for the Russian merchant of death." And then she hit with another jab. Now imagine if Clark had said the reverse. That tweet, it detonated online like a grenade tossed into a crowded room. That's when the internet went full-on detective mode. People started digging deep, and what they stumbled on had folks clutching their phones like they were watching a live crime scene unfold. First target, Russian prison records. And let's just say, what surfaced left people stunned. Screenshots flying everywhere, timelines flooded, and conspiracy threads stacking faster than wildfire. What began as a heated moment during one WNBA game had suddenly exploded into something way bigger and way darker. See, when Brittney got locked up in Russia, everyone just assumed she was sent to a women's prison. But then whispers started spreading, claims from random sources saying she might have actually been kept in a men's facility instead. That one rumor alone sent conspiracy TikTok into absolute overdrive. Videos, breakdowns, reaction clips, everybody had a hot take ready to drop. And then it got even juicier. Brittney did an interview where she talked openly about her prison experience. But when people really listened, the details she described didn't seem to match what a women's prison usually looks like. The structure, the setup, the vibe, it just didn't add up. Viewers were quick to say, "Hold up, something's not lining up here." That single interview had the internet buzzing nonstop, with new theories dropping every few minutes. Now, to be clear, none of this actually proves anything, but the energy online was undeniable. The more people listened, the more they felt like something was seriously off. And soon the biggest question flooding every comment section was this: did the Russians already know something the US has been hiding all along? And if that's the case, why has the WNBA stayed completely silent instead of shutting these rumors down? That silence? It's what's got everybody side-eyeing things hard. No official statements, no clarifications, no interviews. Just a weird wall of quiet that makes the whole scene smell fishy. Then, boom, the IG story drops and the internet loses it. You know the clip. Brittney casually strolling shirtless like it's no big deal, but folks stopped on the walk and locked onto one detail. No visible chest scars, no compression gear, no tape. Just a flat, smooth chest out in the open like nothing was up. That little post blew up into full-on detective mode. People hit pause, zoomed in, screenshotted, and started comparing older photos like it was a cold case. With the rumor mill already spinning, that IG clip didn't calm things. It poured gasoline on a blaze that was already lit. And get this, that post sat on her timeline for 2 whole years. No flag, no blur, no takedown, just there like it was nothing to see. Now everyone's dissecting that exact clip frame by frame like it's court evidence and the tea keeps spilling. Real talk, if anyone else posted a clip like that, AI mods would have slapped a warning on it in minutes. But Brittney, crickets. No blur, no moderation, no pushback, nada. Stack that on top of the Russian prison rumors, the radio silence from the league, and Riley getting iced out, and it stops sounding like random noise and starts feeling like a controlled narrative. The way they shut Riley down, like she leaked a classified file, not a casual oops moment.
There's probably one other job that you're about to get into that is really hard and really scary. You're about to be a mom. How is that feeling? Pops. Oh, let me get it together.
Pops.
About to be a pop.
That move screamed, "You were never supposed to talk," and made it look like someone's been guarding a locked vault for a reason. And then things get weirder. while the WNBA was busy ghosting Riley, who got swept into the spotlight instead. Caitlin Clark's fans. The whole scene pivoted fast, and now social feeds are split, shouting at each other and hunting receipts like no tomorrow. Out of nowhere, the WNBA suddenly announced an internal investigation. And for what? Not violence, not threats, just because a few people online said Caitlin Clark's fan base was getting too loud with their tweets. We're talking memes, spicy hot takes, and some trash talk. Nothing that crossed the line into real danger. So let's get this straight. They'll pull out the magnifying glass on fans for posting jokes and bold opinions, but when Riley Gaines drops accusations that could blow the whole league apart, dead silence. The math ain't mathing, and fans are starting to catch on. It's looking less like fair oversight and more like the league deciding what gets investigated and what gets buried forever. And once that investigation kicked off, the league went into total lockdown mode, taking statements, running probes, cleaning up PR like their reputation was on life support. But while they were stressing over some heated tweets, Brittney Griner was literally caught on camera cussing out an opponent mid-game. And the WNBA couldn't even muster up the weakest PR line. No, we're aware of the situation. No, the matter is being handled internally. Just pure crickets. And Riley, she saw it in real time and called it exactly what it looked like. A full-blown double standard. Because let's be real, if Caitlin Clark had spit out the same words in that same heated tone, she would have been canceled before she even left the court. No debates, no grace period. If it had been anybody else, we'd already be knee-deep in sponsor pullouts, tearful apology videos, and some awkward primetime sit-down with Gayle King. But because it was Brittney, suddenly the mic's glitchy. Suddenly the audio isn't clear. Suddenly nobody saw a thing. Seriously? By now, the WNBA can keep pretending Riley Gaines doesn't exist. But the internet, it's not playing along. And it's not just Riley fanning the flames anymore. TikTok creators are dissecting it. Reddit sleuths are running investigations. Podcast hosts are breaking it down frame by frame like it's the Zapruder film. And they're not just talking, they're dropping receipts, screenshots, archived rosters, throwback clips, old interviews. People are stacking evidence like it's trial prep. The conversation's gone way too public for the league to mute now. Meanwhile, the WNBA's still acting like that hot mic moment never happened. But the comment sections, straight up chaos. One viral post had people in stitches. Imagine pretending to be a woman just to dominate the WNBA and still getting cooked by a white girl. LMAO, no filter, no hesitation, just raw takes flying everywhere. But not everyone's clowning Brittney. Plenty are rallying behind her and flipping the heat on Riley instead. One person fired back, "Did anybody actually hear what Griner said? Or is Riley rage baiting again?" The whole vibe online feels like fight night, everybody choosing sides like it's Game 7 of the finals. But the comment that had people literally choking on iced coffees, someone dropped this bomb. It's hilarious seeing the WNBA logo at center court and coach's shirt saying, "Respect women's sports," while a man is literally sprinting across the court. Not people turning the hardwood into a catwalk for gender wars. Insane. And while the back and forth in the comments is hitting peak heat, the Reddit detectives are busy piecing things together like it's a Netflix true crime doc. Alleged international fans jumped in claiming that some old overseas rosters listed Brittney's gender as non-disclosed. Then came the resurfaced IG lives, multiple ones, where Brittney's shirtless, casually walking around like it's just another day. No compression top, no surgery scars, no blur, no filters, nothing. Just out there for everyone to see. And here's the kicker. Those posts sat online with zero pushback. No flag from Instagram, no outrage from media, not even a whisper from the WNBA. The silence around those clips is almost louder than the clips themselves. The internet's not just lurking anymore. It's documenting everything. Every clip, every screenshot, every slip-up is getting archived like evidence in a trial. And now, people are finally calling it what it looks like. Straight up selective silence. The longer the WNBA keeps dodging, the louder the noise gets. And no matter if you're riding with Riley or standing behind Brittney, one thing's clear as day. The league is choosing silence over answers. And that silence, it's screaming louder than any statement ever could. If the truth ever cracks through, it won't just take down the W, it could drag the whole alphabet with it. You can only duck the smoke for so long before something blows, and this situation, it's already bubbling over. From TikTok breakdowns to Reddit sleuth threads to whispers about court filings, everyone's locked in, waiting for the next piece to drop. So if you're still here, don't just scroll past. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and share this with your crew. And hit the comments hard. Whose side are you riding with? Team Riley or Team Brittney? Because this storm's only getting wilder and we want to know where you stand. Until next time, stay strapped in. The next drop, you do not want to miss it. Fire.